The former Senate President, Frank Drilon, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Senate President. Good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, at the outset, allow me to express my appreciation to your committee for hearing Senate Bill 1215, even if the Senate is on break. And in that regard, let me express my appreciation for the effort of the Senate President in filing this very important measure. Now, I consider the passage of this law as as urgent. And in that regard, I join the call of our chairman to request the President to certify this measure as urgent. Why do I consider this measure as urgent? Mr. Chairman, I think it cannot be denied that our people today are angry. They are angry because of what they see to be the massive corruption in government. Mr. Chairman, I was in the Senate for 24 years and in the Executive Department for 9 years. I have never seen a corruption of this magnitude during the 34 years that I was in public service. And today, Mr. Chairman, in public gatherings, you hear people in unison chanting anti-corruption drives. Last Sunday, I was in the La Salle UP game and basketball game, and for the first time, I see the two cheering squads of these rival universities cheering one chant, ikulong ang kurakot, ikulong na yan. And this is a reflection of how our people feel today. And often the question is asked, how did we get here? How did we get to witness such massive corruption in our midst? I have a simple answer. To me, Mr. Chairman, it is the culture of impunity that we see in our midst today. And this impunity, to me, is because of the failure of our citizenry to observe the rule of law. They have disregarded the rule of law because people feel that they can get away with wrongdoing. They feel that they can commit crimes without fear of being punished. In other words, Mr. Chairman, in my humble opinion, it is the failure of our justice system. And I was part of that once, as Secretary of Justice for 4 years. Indeed, I must admit that, I may have failed to do what is needed in order to improve at least the perception of our people on our justice system. And the failure is from the investigation, prosecution, adjudication, and in the punishment phase. There is a failure of our institutions to enforce compliance with the law. And therefore, we see the impunity that we see today in our society. But talking of institutions, we have enough, in my mind, institutions in our system today that should address these anomalies. But we must admit that there is that we see the failure of the system to effectively prevent corruption. The ombudsman, under the Constitution, has the mandate to punish and prevent these anomalies. This is a constitutional power. But today, we need this body being proposed by the Senate President in his bill because of the unrest that we feel in our midst and the need to restore the faith of our people in our democratic system of government. My submission, Mr. Chairman, is that this commission should not be a new body that will be perpetually funded and existent. We have enough institutions in our democracy. In my view, we have to strengthen them. But in the meantime, let us have this ad hoc body in order to restore the faith of our people in our justice system and mollify the people, make them believe that democracy is still the best system for our governance. We therefore urge the chairman and the committee to immediately report to plenary the bill of the Senate President after this committee hearing, and that it be calendared for debates in the Senate before the Senate tackles the national budget. We urge the President, and I join the call of the chairman, to certify the same as urgent. Mr. President, there are precedents to the creation of the ICI. There are precedents. Recall, the most famous, of course, is the Agrava Commission, which was formed in 1986. And you have the Davide Commission, the Feliciano Commission. All of these, Mr. President, were fact-finding bodies, the same as what is envisioned in Senate Bill 1252, because it is consistent with the Constitution that this body be created to be given fact-finding powers, and all of these bodies before, whose existence were challenged in the court, were all sustained by constitutional, except for the Truth Commission, and the Truth Commission was decreed by the Supreme Court as unconstitutional because of the Equal Protection Clause, when the EO itself said that it shall cover only investigations of anomalies of the past administration. That was considered as violative of the Equal Protection Clause. I have other comments on the other parts of the bill, Mr. Chairman, but I will end this opening statement with an acknowledgement of my appreciation to the committee for setting this early. We reiterate our call that this be given top priority by the Senate leadership. And once more, allow me to express, I think I would echo the appreciation of our people on the effort of the Senate President to file this bill. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senate President Drilon. Would members of the ICC, would the ICI, would you have an opening? Does former Chief Justice Puno have an opening statement? You have the floor, sir.